Hello, story lovers, and welcome back to our channel. Today, I have a truly magical story for you about a little girl who loved colors more than anything in the world. Her name was Mimi. Mimi's world was a canvas. She painted her toys vibrant shades of red and yellow. She gave her shoes streaks of brilliant blue, and she even decorated the tiny, smooth stones in her garden with every color she could imagine. Her little corner of the world was the brightest, most colorful place you could ever see. One sunny afternoon, as Mimi was adding purple polka dots to a ladybug-shaped rock, a traveling gardener walked by. He had kind eyes and a warm smile, seeing Mimi's love for color. He reached into his big satchel and pulled out a small velvet pouch. He held it out to her. "Rainbow seeds," he said with a gentle voice. "Plant them with patience, and you'll see something wonderful." Mimi's eyes widened with excitement. Rainbow seeds. She could hardly believe it. She thanked the gardener with a joyful squeal and clutched the pouch tightly in her hand. She couldn't wait to see what would grow. As soon as the gardener was out of sight, Mimi rushed to the best spot in her garden, right where the sun shone the brightest. She carefully dug a little hole, placed the tiny seeds inside, and covered them with soil. Now, the waiting began. Mimi sat right there, watching the spot intently. 1 minute passed. Then 2 minutes. Then 3 whole minutes. Nothing happened. Not even a wiggle in the dirt. Mimi felt a little disappointed, but she told herself that magic probably takes a little longer than 3 minutes. The next morning, she leaped out of bed and rushed outside, her heart thumping with anticipation. She peered at the spot. Still nothing. Just plain brown earth. Mimi thought to herself. Maybe these are special seeds. Maybe they need a song to wake them up. So, she cleared her throat and sang the sweetest, most cheerful song she knew. She sang about sunny days and buzzing bees. But still, nothing happened. "Okay, plan B," she mumbled. "Maybe they're just really thirsty." She grabbed her little watering can, filled it to the brim, and gave the seeds a good long drink. She watched and waited. But again, nothing. The soil was wet, but there were no sprouts. Mimi started to feel frustrated. Her shoulders slumped, and a little pout formed on her lips. "This is silly," she said out loud. "Maybe they're not magic seeds at all." She was so tempted to just dig them up and see what was going on under there. She even picked up her little trowel. But just as she was about to scoop into the dirt, she remembered the gardener's words, echoing in her mind, to plant them with patience. Patience, that was the magic ingredient she was forgetting. Mimi put down her trowel and took a deep breath. She decided she would be the most patient gardener in the whole world. From that day on, she changed her routine. Every morning, she would visit her seeds. She wouldn't stare at them, waiting for something to happen. Instead, she would care for them. She'd water them gently, just enough so they wouldn't be thirsty. She'd smile at the soil and tell it about her day. She even arranged her little heart-shaped pebbles around the spot to keep the earth warm and cozy. A whole week went by. Mimi continued her patient care, day after day. She didn't know if anything would ever grow, but she kept her promise to the gardener and to herself. Then, one morning, something was different. Mimi ran to her garden as usual, and she gasped. Poof! A tiny, perfect, ruby red sprout had popped right out of the ground. It was the most beautiful thing she had ever seen. Mimi danced with joy. The next day, she found a bright orange sprout right next to the red one. Then came a sunny yellow one, followed by a brilliant green, a deep blue, and finally, a lovely purple sprout. By the end of the week, Mimi's garden had completely transformed. The sprouts had grown and twisted together, forming a shimmering, living rainbow arch right in her backyard. It was more beautiful than any painting, and at night, it glowed with a soft, magical light, like a string of fairy lights. Mimi would dance under her rainbow arch every evening. Laughing with pure happiness, she had learned a very important lesson. Waiting is hard, and patience can be a real challenge. But the most beautiful, most magical things in life often take a little bit of time, a little bit of care, and a whole lot of patience to grow. Thank you so much for joining me for this wonderful story. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. See you next time.